with the latest episode of Sword of Demon Hunter. Jinya's latest hunt ends in a slightly lackluster fashion, but he does gain something notable through this conquest. So to recap, despite fairies, Ofu doesn't end up being a monster of any kind, nor does her dad. If anything, what we learn is that when it comes to Hatsu, who is Masuke's wife, the brutalization that we saw her go through, that turned her into a demon, more so a demon spirit, and that is what led to the serial killing of men, because she was brutalized by human men. And in terms of attacking other women, that part's a little bit more murky, but it could be assumed that she was attacking other women based off of feeling that because she wasn't a sex worker or something like that, it shouldn't have been her because she was a good girl or what have you. Now, unfortunately, Mosuke, even though it's his wife who's this demon entity, she still attacks him and kills him. But when it comes to Jinya, the same does not happen. He's able to defeat Mosuke's wife, and those two hopefully get reunited in the afterlife. But speaking of being reunited, the time that Jinya first encounters Masuke's wife, Hatsu, in his demon form, is when he comes across his, depending how you want to look at it, his either little sister in adopted form or cousin, Natsu, who also has Zenji right behind her. They almost get attacked. A man gets killed in front of Natsu's eyes, but thankfully Zenji was too far away. But from what it seems, even though the years have passed, from what was shown, it seems Jinya seemingly is just circling around the same areas to do his bidding, and it's not clear if he happened to be checking on his father and his cousin, if it's just a so happenstance thing. But from what it seems, Jinya is potentially ready to move on, since on top of defeating Hatsu in demon form, he also took a power of being able to move swiftly, and on top of that, when Matsuke was dying, he gave his powers of invisibility, so now that's 3 powers in all, including the giant arm that Jinya has when he taps into the original demon that he absorbed in order to potentially take on his sister one day. So get into the review section. Right now, when it comes to Sword of Demon Hunter, it feels very much about world building and building up the lore, and we're adjusting to that. Because right now, there's not much in the way of story progression. Yes, we're seeing Jinya gain new powers and strength, and also it's worth taking note of Ofu's speech to Jinya about, not making his purpose solely about demon hunting and stuff like that, and that there's more to this world than just that. But whether or not they do anything with that is a completely different story, because right now, all we're getting is just Jinya looping around seemingly to the same location that's just slightly changed. And at this point, I'm ready for them to move on. I don't need them to now do 100-year jump or anything like that, but I want to see different people, different places, different times to a certain point. Not a huge jump, but maybe go to the next era of Japan to kind of see how they want to play things out there and how demons are operating at that time. But still, overall, it's still one of the best shows that we're watching this season. It's definitely entertaining. It's just, I need them to pick things up just a little bit.